Wetlands are one of the most varied habitats, home to many kinds of animals and plants. They are very important for wildlife because there is a lot of food in a wetland. Many different species of birds breed and raise their young in wetlands. The abundance of water makes wetlands ideal habitats for insects and the animals that eat them. Reptiles such as turtles, snakes, and alligators are also common in wetlands. With so many animals breeding in wetlands, mammal predators often roam there looking for prey. They are habitats rich with wildlife. Several plants are very valuable from our wetlands. Think of the value of blueberries, cranberries, timber, and wild rice to our economy. Many wetland plants and soils provide medicines today and promise to do so in the future. Wetlands are important because they catch the water that runs across our land when the snow melts or after a heavy rain. Without wetlands to slow and trap this water, it runs quickly across much more land. This can cause downstream flooding and erosion of rich topsoil. Pollutants can cause problems in the wetlands we use for recreation and drinking water. Within a wetland lies an ecosystem. An ecosystem is where all the animals and other living things live together in a specific area. This can include plants, microorganisms, large and small animals, and birds, among other things. All the living things interact with each other and with their non-living environment to an ecosystem. There are 3 types of zones. The bottom, or benthic zone, is the soil at the bottom of a wetland. Many plants and animals live here. Next is the deep water, or limnetic zone. This is the area in or on top of the deep, open water in a wetland. Lastly is the shallow water, or littoral zone. This is where light penetrates to the bottom. Most of the animals feed on more than one other type of animal, so food chains aren't just one straight line, but more like webs. Food webs are shaped like pyramids. The further up the food chain you go, the fewer the number of food animals there are for an individual animal. For example, a frog eats many different kinds of foods, but a hawk only has a few different animals that it will eat. As an example, consider what happens when a new plant or animal is introduced into an ecosystem where it did not exist before. The new organism competes with the natural organism from that location for available resources. These unnatural strangers can push other organisms out, causing them to become extinct. This then can affect other organisms that depend on the extinct organism as a source of food. Wetlands are ever-changing. Many will disappear, either naturally or through impacts caused by people. Most wetlands were drained for agriculture, industry, or buildings. Others were filled during times of natural drought, leaving no basin to trap water, and when wet seasons returned. Wetland organisms are tough and can stand dry periods. In fact, natural wet-dry cycles are important to help keep many of our wetlands healthy. But drained, filled, or polluted wetlands rarely